So this person wants to know, they say, I have heeded the advice of those who have said that because of the dynamic, spouses should not train each other. Neil, how does the dynamic between father and daughter work? Why do you think it works so well for you and Natalie?
Oh, that is a great question. I think that's a personality thing. And there's that a power dynamic between a husband and wife, a father daughter, father son, and I think that sometimes it really comes down to the relationship. Natalie and I get along very well. I get along great with all of my daughters. I love going and shooting with all of my daughters. We're a very competitive family. For years and years and well, I don't know, years and years and years, but we've been into archery over the years, and for a long time, when we would go shoot archery, whoever did the best had to buy the ice cream on the way home. And the first time Dad had to buy, and Dad always had to buy the ice cream anyway. But the first time that Madison knocked me out and beat me, she has literally never let me forget it. And so, but I think they've always um, seen that I love them no matter how it works out.
Yeah.
So when they were, just tiny little girls, I coached them in their basketball leagues, and it didn't matter if they scored all the points or didn't score any points. I still loved them.
Yeah.
And there's a basketball organization called Upward Basketball, and it's a church league kind of thing. And man, at the peak of our coaching this, I think Steph and I and a friend of mine, Doug, were teaching or coaching like 5 teams just so we could have all our daughters on our own teams. And so Saturdays were a nightmare. I'm sure it was a nightmare for the league, but we went there and we had a high standard. We're like, okay, we're going to teach you how to play this game, but at the end of the day, we don't care, win, lose, or draw, as long as you try hard, as long as you have fun and try hard. And I'm going to show you how you can win and try hard and do it the right way. And some parents there were a fair amount of parents that didn't care for it when they played our teams because we taught aggressive screens and playing good defense and all of that kind of stuff rather than just running around and trying to throw. So we put something to it, and we had fun with it, and we celebrated the wins, and we learned from the losses, and we're like, you know what? At the end of the day, you can't get that shot back. You can't get that pass back. So let's just keep going. But did you learn something from it? And I think that approach with them has made it so that to this day, when we go shoot something, they know that it doesn't matter if they have an errant shot, or if it doesn't matter if things are bad. They're going to recognize that this is something that Dad has some expertise in it, and sometimes I'm going to beat him, and he's going to celebrate probably more when I beat him than when he beats me. And so I think that's a big part of it. I think a lot of cases with like husband and wives in that case is there's that power dynamic, and I see just as many husband-wife couples show up to classes where the wife outshoots the husband than the husband outshoots the wife. And
I
it's
see that
probably
more
worse
often than not.
yeah, and man, when she outshoots him, then he's got there's that power struggle there. I've been to classes where Steph outshot me, so I'm like, hey, this is that's awesome. Let's celebrate that.
Yeah.
And I think ego really plays into it. I feel like there's a certain percentage of people, and I don't know what the percentages are, but I feel like there's some percentage of people out there that can do that. But I think the overarching rule should be, if you go to a class or if you're trying to teach your spouse something, it's probably better to go hire an expert, because you don't need that stress in your life. And even like John and Laura, when Laura wanted to do some shooting stuff, John's like, Neil, I don't want to fight with my wife over this kind of stuff at all. And so will you do the teaching for her? And so we did a whole bunch of online stuff, and after a few weeks, Laura went and passed the FBI qual, and that was kind of fun. So I do count myself very lucky in that I've got a really close relationship with the girls that we can do that kind of stuff, and and I'm open to them giving me feedback. So most of the time we get along pretty good, unless it's them holding a flashlight while we're changing oil or something. Then they can never do it right. Yeah.
Oh man, I can relate to that. Okay.
3 of my 4 girls are probably laying in the fetal position right now, remembering changing the oil with Dad at one point. But yeah, so I'm not.
They're really active in the comments. I haven't put them all up, but I don't know who all is which ones are your daughters for sure, but there's a lot of
Uh,
banter going on. So,
that's good. That's my
yeah.
family. That's how we live. That's how we roll.